My ideas come usually when I'm moving. They don't come when I'm sitting at a desk. I have to move my body, like I walk or like I dance or move or just jump around or something. That's when I have my ideas. Or also that's my reward system. When I have a good idea, I have to jump. All the explanations that make boxing fit so well to my work, they just came later. Like a friend of mine told me, hey, I've started this boxing thing and it's great, just come over and check it out. So in that sense, it kind of came into my life randomly, but I stuck with it because also suddenly, you know, I didn't have to think twice. I was really shit at boxing in the beginning, but it really made sense to me that I want to learn like a physical language that is also hosting aggression, that is hosting so many things that I had otherwise not so much of a physical practice with. But yeah, I mean, this video is about physical language, and it is about this idea that you use different parts of your brain that are somehow pre-conscious or that work, that you have to train, and you cannot even, if you're in the moment trying to make sense out of what is happening in what we usually call making sense, you are too slow and you're going to lose. And so that kind of interests me also in relation to how can I find a visual language for that, or how can I also subvert it or actually go against that in my visual language. With everything I do, I kind of try to understand it also from a philosophical or from position, or also in relation to my practice, and it started to make sense after I finished this Unwieldy Object, and then realized that also one of these zoopraxographical discs were showing boxers just like horses. They were like one of the earliest kind of signifiers for something that is both spectacular and moving, and also that has a strong symbolic charge, maybe in relation also and especially to US American history. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just sit like that in order to relax a bit. In boxing, you have this paradox of like really training your brain and making you more able of things, really giving you a specific sense of control in many areas, and hosting aggression and making you quick and making you more physically confident. But then, you know, you learn, you teach your brain all these amazing skills, and just to like in the actual confrontation, like risk concussions that might, you know, kill just as many connections in your brain as you have just built up. So in that sense, I wanted to see boxing as a practice, a ritual practice dedicated to the vulnerability of the brain, which comes directly, not through some form of internal destabilization, but rather like some form of external destabilization, like the punch aims at the same part of you where you usually hear language or see language, symbolic language, and that's where you're gonna get hit. The class aspect is so strong in boxing, but especially so in financial capitals like London, New York, Singapore, because there you have the white-collar boxing, where you really have this class distinction between the working-class clubs and the white-collar boxers, who are all my age, basically, who are in their 30s, who are professionals, and who want to have some form of a different practice, a different experience of competition, a physical competition that is somehow balancing out their financial life, that is working in the kind of speculative realm. Okay, I shouldn't fold my hand because then it's really relaxed, but that's not. I think it's a really big difference actually to lie like that in terms of energy than to lie like that. As a beginner, you don't dare to follow your punch with your eyes. You wanna hit a person, but you don't want to see it. Or you look away when you are being hit, as if that would help the fact that you are being hit. So in that sense, it is about accepting the aggression, both the passive and the active aggression, and noticing it. And that is part of the training that's very important. It's interesting in relation to capitalism because it's so much, or any martial arts are about competition. And I think it's good to give this kind of competition, which is happening everywhere, but it's somehow also, it's problematic, or also like there is this ethical problem that we have in whatever Christian capitalism, that on the one hand you have a competition as like the organizing rule in capitalism, and on the other hand you have an ethics that goes against that. Competition is violent, it is about the desire to knock out the other. And I think that's part of capitalism, and it's part of patriarchal society very much.